The Threads and Spinons Theory redefines the beginning of the universe. Beginning of the universe, a tiny thread in absolute vacuum. The tiny thread. The universe began with a single tiny thread in an absolute vacuum. This thread is the fundamental building block of all matter and energy in the universe. This thread initially existed in a highly compact and undisturbed state. Vacuum pressure. Due to its perfect emptiness, the absolute vacuum surrounding the thread exerted immense pressure. This vacuum pressure acted as a force, causing the thread to expand gradually. The pressure from the vacuum is hypothesized to be the driving mechanism behind the universe's continuous growth, replacing the explosive nature of the Big Bang. Thread expansion and spinor generation. As the thread expanded, it produced spinors, rotating components attached to it. Spinors are the essence of energy and motion within the theory. When generated in stacks, these spinors became the basis for light and electromagnetic phenomena, explaining the initial appearance of light in the universe. Continuous growth model. Unlike the Big Bang, which proposes an instantaneous explosion, the Threads and Spinons theory suggests a gradual and continuous universe expansion. This expansion is ongoing, driven by the vacuum pressure stretching the thread further and producing more spinors. Negation of the Big Bang. The Big Bang theory implies a singularity that exploded to create the universe. In contrast, the Threads and Spinons theory negates the idea of a singularity, positing that the universe has consistently grown due to the interplay of vacuum pressure, thread expansion, and spinor production. This model eliminates the paradox of where and what existed before the Big Bang, as the thread and vacuum are foundational and eternal in this theory. Mathematical justifications. Thread expansion rate equation. Spinor production rate formula. Cosmic scale growth equation. Tension-based expansion formula. Energy growth formula in SEU. Physical interpretations. Light's first glimmer. The first light appeared when stacks of spinors were generated on the thread. These stacks began to rotate, emitting what we now observe as light. The wavelength of light corresponds to the number and rate of spinor rotations. Early universe energy distribution. As more spinors were produced, the thread became more complex, giving rise to variations in energy density. This phenomenon explains cosmic structures like galaxies without requiring a primordial explosion. Expansion observed as growth. The observed expansion of the universe in current cosmology aligns with this continuous growth model. The theory redefines this as thread elongation and spinor production, not spatial inflation from an explosive event. Negating the Big Bang, no singularity. The theory rejects the concept of an infinitely dense point or singularity. Instead, the thread has always existed in some form, albeit initially in a highly compact state. No instantaneous event. The creation of the universe is not an instantaneous explosion, but a slow, steady process driven by the interaction of vacuum pressure and thread dynamics. Eliminating initial conditions. Paradoxes. The need for initial conditions is bypassed because the thread and vacuum pressure are intrinsic and eternal. The model inherently avoids the question, what caused the Big Bang? This detailed framework and set of equations form the foundation for justifying the Threads and Spinons theory's continuous growth model and negating the Big Bang.